So, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Virgin Holidays Attitude Awards, powered by Jaguar. I hope you enjoyed your dinner, because after all, that's perhaps the main reason why I'm here tonight. You'll get me anywhere, you ask any athlete this, anywhere if there is food involved. Thank you. You may be wondering why on earth I'm actually here in the first place. And you wouldn't actually be alone. My rather heterosexual sports agent over there is also a little bit confused. They've gone all dressed up, combed their hair. You can put your hand up, Tim. There, yeah, they're over there. In the hope of finding a hot date. But something tells me they've got their work cut out for them tonight. So, okay. Okay, we've got a volunteer, that's good. But I think he's going to need a drink, so if anyone can help him out with that, then great. You can go get him a drink, he'll like that, he'll like that. But the truth of it is, post-Olympics at last year's awards, with a few vodka sodas, or perhaps more than a few, to be honest, I got chatting to the lovely Matt, who we heard from earlier, and he was already brainstorming for this year's host. So thanks to a little bit too much Grey Goose, the promise of sticky toffee pudding, here I am, 1 year later, standing in front of you, lovely bunch. And what a year it has been. A racist, misogynist, homophobic, transphobic, cheese puff-coloured reality TV star became president of the United States. Exactly, boo. But we've seen openly LGBT people elected heads of state in Ireland and Serbia. So that's, positive. Yeah, exactly. And Australia said, sure, let's put a minority's basic rights up to a majority public vote. Yeah, boo. While Germany, Finland, and Taiwan embraced marriage equality, but still in places like Chechnya, Iran, and Uganda, our brothers and sisters are fighting for their lives. But at least here at home, things are stable. Brexit talks seem to be going swimmingly. And we did acknowledge half a century since the decriminalization of our lives. But sadly, our Prime Minister has been quite a naughty girl, running through all those wheat fields and all. So naughty. I want to start by saying something about LGBT people in sport. As an athlete, I feel extremely lucky to be as accepted as I have been within the sporting community as an openly gay man. However, there are too many sports where athletes feel they have to suppress who they are in order to perform in their chosen sports at a high level. So I feel very strongly about high-profile sports stars coming out, being themselves, not being ashamed of who they are. As when I was a little boy, if I'd seen someone in a high-profile sport be brave enough to come out and to own it while they were still in their sport, I sure as hell wouldn't have felt like the outsider I did. But there is something to be said about the outsiders too. People of different backgrounds, whether that be financial, ethnic, racial, that God one prays to, one's gender identity, or sexuality, we all have to survive unique challenges. It's true, I always felt like an outsider as a kid, and that was tough sometimes. But what I know now is that being an outsider makes us stronger, makes us resilient, makes us a family, and together, with that strength, I know we will never be pushed back down again. And this year, personally, has been one of the best of my life. I got married to my beautiful husband, yes, who sadly couldn't be here tonight as he's on a civil rights speaking tour in the US, and they need that. I felt so incredibly lucky to be able to say my vows in front of my friends and family, something that many of us thought would never happen in our lifetime. My ability to say I do is a testament to the brave work of so many in this room tonight. I stand here this evening on the shoulders of those brave enough to fight for a life like mine well before I was born. So thank you to those people. But that said, the equality we enjoy here isn't shared around the world. As you know, there are many countries where LGBT people aren't fighting for marriage equality. They're fighting for their lives. Which is why we have a responsibility to our LGBT family abroad. We have to tell their stories, shine light on their struggles, and send our support in any way we can. We must fight for all of the rights of all the outsiders. We need to support our allies in other social justice movements. As minorities, if we go it alone, our rights and gains will always be vulnerable. But together, united as people of diversity, we are unbreakable. And yes, this is ultimately a bit selfish because when my kids are born, I want them to live in a free and equal world. And no matter how beautifully different they turn out to be, my dream is that they are raised in a world where their gay dads are a part of a wider family of diversity that fully supports one another. I got pretty serious then, didn't I? Jeez. But a boy can dream, a boy can dream. But now let's get back to what got me here in the first place, alcohol. So everyone make sure you get around in because we're going to get on with the fun bit. So my beautiful friends, let the 2017 Virgin Holidays Attitude Awards powered by Jaguar begin. Whee! But one quick note to the winners, as gay men and everyone else in the audience, we want to make sure there's enough time for the after party. So although we encourage you to have heartfelt and funny speeches, try and keep them as short as possible, because if you babble on for too long, we'll bring up the music and you know that it's time to start wrapping up. So, on with the first award. We're going to dive right in. Dive right in. These puns are going to be more and more throughout the night, so you better be ready for those.